Injuries. Oh, jeez. Where's he at? Oh, there he is. Hid behind his phone. I couldn't see him. He put his phone up. But
He's my
hey,
assistant.
14 practices in, and we're ready for spring game. I think the kids are excited. You saw that in the draft yesterday, and we're pretty healthy right now. We want to, the main thing is to come out of the spring game healthy. We'll go into, really our summer conditioning probably about as healthy as you could possibly be. We got some guys dinged up, but nothing serious, and we want to keep it that way. Questions?
What do you feel like you've learned about your team over the course of 13 practices?
What have we learned? Nothing I didn't know. I mean, I can't say I learned anything. I mean, you just learn how they work together, and I think we're a more mature team. We've got a bigger senior group. I think we got great leadership right now. It seems like Bookser's really emerged as a leader. Will he be a captain? I don't know. Our kids vote for captains, but Alex Bookser's really grown up a lot from where he was 3 years ago when I got here and to where he is today. I mean, he's just a different guy on and off the field. So we've got a team that's together, and they enjoy being with each other. They enjoy working hard. They take coaching, and I think that's all you can ask for.
Are any of those wide receivers starting to separate?
Not really. I mean, it's a banged up group right now. You got Aaron Matthews is banged up, and Rara's a little banged up. Trey Tipton's a little banged up. So we got to get those guys healthy. I mean, nothing major, but just banged up to the point where you don't see the emerging. That's why Tayseer is the number one guy taken, because he stayed healthy and he's been productive, and that's what you see is the production out of him.
How surprised
we're going to be fine there.
How surprised were you that Pickett was the number one guy taken overall?
I think everybody's got a lot of faith in that guy. I mean, you think about what happened to Miami. That doesn't shock me. But then you watch Ricky out here today, and the guys will rally around him too. So he had a nice 2-minute drive down here where I don't think he threw an incompletion. Now we didn't have a live rush either, so we let him throw it. The D line was just kind of stepping to it, and near the end when they start getting close to the end zone, they start to get fired up and say, "Wait a second, coach. We would have sacked him there." But he's got a great arm. Every day Ricky gets better, and that's the impressive thing about him. So I'm looking forward to watching both those quarterbacks, operate the offense.
Speaking of guys banged up, how you doing?
I'm good. Shit. From Youngstown, man. You get banged up. You get banged up. You keep going, man. Yeah, no question about it. No doubt about it. You just keep rolling. Sean, we had Amir out here, a young Panther out there today, and they were dancing for him out there, and Sean almost stepped on his foot. I'm like, we're going to take him into the training room with Rob. Settle down. But he's, Sean's he's going to be a leader as well, and he's emotional and excited.
And also, you've been working with Randy and that relationship.
It's been awesome. It really is. It's refreshing, and again, we had a great relationship in the past with Josh Conklin, but it's just different. It's almost a freshness. Conklin did a great job, but Bates is just a different guy, and I think our kids have enjoyed it. I think we can talk to them more about that. But, just as a football guy, he's very similar to who I am, cares about the details, and it's been a great marriage so far.
Over these past few weeks, Pat, what do you feel like you've seen, I guess from your D linemen and your D ends that makes you feel like next season, as far as getting pressure on the quarterback and getting sacks, what have you seen over these few weeks that makes you think that this year might be a little bit better?
Yeah, Craig. Well, the big thing is, it's another year out of Charlie Partridge, and I think he's a great fundamental teacher. And the next thing is the depth. When you looked at the draft yesterday, I don't know how you guys analyze it. I don't read anything about the analyzing of the draft, but you saw the offense guys come off the board real quick. And I think the key to a good draft in the spring game is knowing where your depth is, and it's not drafting the best player necessarily unless it's quarterback, of course, but I think you saw a lot of the offense guys getting drafted because maybe there's a difference between the number one guy at a position, more of a drop off, and then defensively, and there's some guys that when you look at the D line, for example, as you're asking, there's depth there, which is going to give us an opportunity to keep guys fresh and play more guys. And I think anytime you're fresh and you have guys that there's not a drop off when they get in the game, that can help you, in your pass rush and stopping the run.
How much is having an experienced group of linebackers, the veterans that you guys have, how much is that going to give those guys up front maybe more freedom to?
Well, it starts with Quentin Wagenis. He's just a difference maker, guys. I mean, he's a different guy, and I love Salim Brightwell. And Salim's going to be another good linebacker for us. But Salim's fighting right now to be a one right now, and he's a great player too. But like Wagenis is a different guy. He really is, and he's special. He can play at the next level. So we got a middle linebacker that I think if he stays healthy, which has been a little bit of a problem, that can be really special inside.
I just mean as far as. D linemen have talked about taking more risks, and feeling like they can do that because they have linebackers behind them. They use the word fix. They feel like the linebackers can fix it. How much does that kind of work together, I guess?
That's really our defense. That really hasn't changed, but it's the guys that will fix it and make it right. That it's the guy making the play. Where if I am not in my gap, that he'll have faith and trust that that guy behind him will make it. And I think that's just working together for a while. Coach Partridge and understanding what our linebackers being coached and how we work together as a staff. And really, Coach Bates has brought that, because I can't be in a defense meeting all the time. So Coach Bates got the same philosophy as I do as far as how to, and again, former linebacker coach. So I think that helps. And Coach Conklin was a DB guy more than a linebacker guy. So it's like when I'm not there, the same things are getting emphasized. And I think that's, really where you hear about maybe the D-line and linebackers, even the safeties fixing the linebackers. I mean, I think they all work together. Talk about 3 layers of defense, a D-line and linebackers. There's a reason we don't line them all up in one line because nobody can fix it, right? If everybody lined up on the line of scrimmage, the reason linebackers line up at 5 yards is to fix the D-line, and safeties are lined up at 10 yards, to fix the linebackers. I think that's how it's all pieced together.
What about the secondary? How have they progressed?
Again, I think it's a deep group down there that, or back there, I should say, that's worked good together. I mean, you feel like there's 4 or 5 corners, 5 safeties that can all go in the game and play. They got their feet wet a year ago, most of them. I mean, we graduated, Whitehead and Maddox, if you want to say, he graduated, Jordan. So there's a lot of depth back there with those 2 guys even gone, 2 of our best players back there. But they've gelled well together. Coach Sanders and Coach Collins have done a great job mentoring them through the spring.
What have you seen from Kenny Pickett this spring as far as just being a guy that's a leader and kind of in charge of that offense?
I think it's mainly the confidence in him knowing now he is the guy to move forward. So I think you go into this post spring ball where it's his offense and his team as far as it goes, and our quarterback better be a leader. And I think what you see mostly is the confidence that he has in what he's doing, and also the confidence our football team has in him.
With Weaver, Pat, what's the biggest difference that you've noticed in him over these past few weeks compared to where he was maybe by the end of last season?
He's come a long way in a couple of years, but it's really it comes down to confidence and knowing what you're doing. I mean, you sit there and sit in meetings and you feel like you know what you're doing, but every year there's a reason we practice and meet and focus on the details. He has more knowledge of what he's really doing and how it works, and and obviously he's bigger and he's faster and he's stronger, but he's also more confident and sure of what he's doing. I think that's the main thing. Confidence is big. You better, the more confidence you have and the more you walk out there. I mean, sometimes there's a difference between knowing exactly what you're doing but being able to do it really fast, and he's now playing really fast, and there's not big questions about, I thought I was supposed to be here. I mean, there's a lot of things that go on offensively that you have to deal with as a defensive end, and he understands it. And so he's playing at a higher level and faster.
Any final question?
He said he doesn't want the veggie tray at all. Weaver.
That's
said
good.
He wants the steak and lobster.
See, our cooks are so good. I mean, Kevin.
Do they make them up there, these steak and lobsters?
Oh yeah.
Or you, I wasn't sure if you were
I'm
taking
learning.
these guys
I'm learning
downtown or something.
No, it's Kevin. Kevin does it, and it's been a steak and lobster, hot dogs or wieners and beans, but the cooking that they do over there is incredible. I can't tell you how. That's a major tool that we have that I don't think anybody else in the country has, and he's made them too good. So I've got to switch it. They like the beans in the hot dogs. Matter of fact, it's kind of we try to eat healthy here, and that's kind of unhealthy, I guess, a little bit. So they wanted that. So I was like, well, they ain't getting what they want. You lose, you're going to pay, and you're going to eat more veggies. So I think they'll be a little bit more miserable eating some veggies. So I guess we're still working on the menu.
Yeah, for the fans that come out Saturday at 1, what are they going to see from your team?
I think they're going to see some different players out there. I mean, whether it's the 2 quarterbacks. I mean, everybody saw Kenny, against Miami, but what else? Where is he now? They're going to see, another quarterback in Ricky Town, who I think is going to be a really good player. He just keeps getting better, and but they're going to see new faces, all over the field, really, and hopefully see him play at a high rate. They'll be mixed up, as you guys know. There'll be some strengths and weaknesses out of both teams, and so it won't be as clean as we want. But the important thing is to have fun that day.
Thanks for your time.